One thing I wanted to point out, because obviously you've seen me use these long coach bolts, which are long screws, and these are 250mm long. Now, obviously you can see I've countersunk holes to drill it all the way through, so it goes partly through the second level. But a side advantage to doing that means if you find out your level isn't correct, you can sand down quite a bit because you've already countersunk some way down. So I just wanted to show that and tell you that it's a good idea to countersink any screws or bolts into the wood a fair distance, so then if you do need to sand it down, you've got a bit of playroom. Because if the bolts were protruding, I would have to remove them to do the sanding down, and that would be a pain in the backside. So I just wanted to show you that. Hi guys, welcome to part 8 of the koi pond, sleeper pond build. This is a part I didn't want to really make in regards to what I'm doing here at the moment, but I had a lot of rain come down yesterday and we had literally a pool of water here, quite deep, maybe about a foot deep, and I thought I've got to do something about drainage, because where I'm located I have a large factory behind me that dumps a lot of water into the ground. So as a result of that, the water table underground is really high. So we're going to have to deal with that problem here. So what I've done here, I've dug down another feet, and I've also gone another feet in terms of a little square here, and the plan is we're going to build it up a little bit by 1 feet with gravel. I'm going to put some gravel stones, and then we'll put some more topsoil on to bring the level up to about here again. The reason for this is I don't want standing water in the bottom of the pond, and having some sort of form of drainage is a good idea. So that's the next step. The other thing I've been doing is I've just had the capping wood delivered for the top of the sleepers. I'll show you them. Those will go on once we've got the liner installed. That's the last thing to do really. I've just been staining it with the wood preserver, Baratine I think it's called, while it's not raining, because it's been pouring it down literally all day yesterday. I couldn't get any work done on the pond yesterday. I really wanted to start on the pipe work and give you an educational video on how to install the pipes and the tank connectors and the flanges on there, but unfortunately this takes priority. You know, I've got to deal with the drainage issue first, because the last thing I want is the pond liner bubbling up because we've got water pressure coming up from the ground and pushing the liner up. You know, hopefully the amount of water I'm going to put in this pond will give us enough water pressure to keep the liner down if we do get any groundwater coming up. However, it's a good idea to have some drainage at the very least. So we're going to put some gravel in here. I've got some smaller 20mm gravel as well. We'll put that on top, and then we'll put some soil on and then sand on top, and hopefully that will give us enough drainage to deal with any groundwater problems. So, you know, I apologise that this isn't the video you expected, but unfortunately this had to be dealt with first. I'll show you the capping wood in a few minutes, but I just wanted to demonstrate the big issue of groundwater, because when you've got groundwater coming up, you've got to deal with it, otherwise it will bubble your liner. So I thought, rather than risk it, reluctantly I had to dig down another feet into this clay material, and then we'll put some gravel down, and that should help with the drainage issue. But I just wanted to, you know, talk about that, because it is a major important issue. Whenever you dig out a pond, think about the water table, the groundwater under the ground. Now, if you're in an area where it's very sandy, very dry, it's not an issue you have to contend with. But if you're in a very wet environment like the UK is, you have literally, it has rained all year, and that includes the summer. We've had maybe a couple of weeks of dry, hot weather, but that's it. All year round it has literally rained non-stop. So I haven't been able to build this for a long time, and I thought, we've got some good weather, I'll get it built. And then guess what? It rains again. So here we are again, digging clay. But hopefully if I put some gravel down, that'll give us some drainage. Yes, we can, obviously we could put a pipe in and you know, take the water somewhere else. But I don't want to go to that trouble, because that is a lot of work, you know. I'd have to bring up all these flags, take the wood down, you know, build a drain that goes off to my other drain. But the problem is that drain is only about a foot deep in the ground anyway, and we're about 3 foot deep, 4 foot deep in there. You know, so it's quite deep this now. So I'll show you the capping wood, and that'll be it for today. But hopefully if we get some good weather, I'll be able to show you the rest. So let's just have a look and see where we're at height wise. So we're at approximately 1 metre deep, so that's fine. Right, so we have some nice new topsoil to put in here to protect the liner. So just pull it out. Yes, you can use normal topsoil if you want to, but I've got this just so that we can protect the liner from the stones. Because sometimes your soil is so bad. Sometimes your soil is so bad, guys. Hopefully you can see me here. Sometimes the condition of your soil is so rocky, or they've just thrown rubble into your garden at some point. Inconsiderate that is, I think. You really need to literally buy some new soil and carve out a new area. In my case, I'm using new soil to just put against the walls and on the bottom to offer some protection against the stones, and obviously any sort of rocks or sharp objects we might have in there. Okay, as promised, I just wanted to show you my capping pieces of wood. The two longest pieces there are 2.4 metres long. The smaller pieces are 1.8 metres. And now the width of my pond is approximately 1.7, so they fit. I did sort of miscalculate the length that I needed for the longer pieces by about maybe 10 centimetres, so I'll have to figure something out with that. But at the moment we're just coating these pieces of wood with the wood preserver. That they are timber treated already, but it's always a good idea to give it another treatment if you want it to last. And it does waterproof these pieces of wood that I'm going to put on the top of the pond once everything's finished. I just wanted to show you where we're at. I'm just literally coating them now at the moment, and we come back to part 9. This is part 8. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and this is my ongoing project to create a koi pond with sleepers. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.